Hey, welcome to a new series on Techopolis 3, a fairly new, fairly requested pack that seems to be pretty cool. I don't know too terribly much about what's involved here. I've had a brief look around through the quest book, and I've explored some things in creative mode, but otherwise haven't really checked anything in much detail, but the small stuff I've seen looks pretty promising. And I think before I make any real guesses, I should probably read through this information menu. Oh, this works in Skyblock and Superflat, as well as Hexlands? Is that a new thing? Never heard of it before, but it could be interesting. Ooh, hostile mobs don't spawn at night. I am not sure if that's going to be a good or a bad thing yet, but it seems like a nice change right now. Oh boy, this must be a fairly detailed thing if it has its own guidebook. Okay, I've read through all of this, and to paraphrase a bit, it seems like most of the pack revolves around various tiers of research, which is how you unlock better machines and more powerful mods. And that seems to be the crux of the progression in this pack, is just getting all of the higher tier research, which is obtained through technium, a new material in this pack that kind of gates a lot of stuff. Everything revolves around just producing technium to produce research to unlock cool things. And there's multiple different tiers of technium, which is used for all the different tiers of research. I don't know how hard that's going to be, but I did check the technium recipe in creative mode, and just out the gate, this looks intimidating. It's probably not that bad, but for one ingot, used for a lot of things, I don't know. We'll find out. But I shouldn't have to worry about that for a little bit, because there's quite a lot of getting started to do. First of all, I probably just need to do the normal Minecraft stuff, and I always have to check there's no tinkers. But there are still hammers. It's just a different mod now, I guess. Okay. Huh. Ah. The only wooden tool is an axe. Interesting. Oh, and it automatically cuts down the whole tree. I don't even need vein mine. Nice. Well, if I can't get a wooden pickaxe, how do I get a pickaxe? I guess just pick up rocks off the ground? I think so. Because with enough rocks, I can get cobblestone, and then I can make a pickaxe. And yes, this does just give me cobblestone outright. I was worried that this would break into rocks. Well then, if there's already been a bit of a hiccup, I should probably see what I'm supposed to do to start. Twigs? Supposedly I need twigs for sticks. Like that? But, yep, it's just completed everything out the gate. Oh, it looks like I can get a bed fairly early. I can get wooden shears, because then that can get me leafy string, which makes green wool, which then makes a bed. Okay. There's some interesting new things going on here. Well, then I guess I'll continue deeper down to get a furnace. That just needs compressed cobblestone, so then I just keep mining. Well, if I'm gonna keep mining, I should probably get food before I go look for a cave. I can probably just kill some overworld mobs for now, but then I'm gonna need a furnace to smelt it up. So I guess I'll just dig out a ton of stone already. So 8 compressed cobblestone to get a furnace. Yeah, but of course it didn't trigger the quest. I have a bit of a habit of doing that. So then, there's some food, so hopefully I won't starve now. Right, now to go check out the mines. Ah, here's a cave. Maybe not the best choice for a first cave, but whatever. Oh. Coal ore? Okay. Can I get coal out of coal ore? I don't know. Okay. If coal ore is doing that, chances are iron and similar will be doing that too. Meaning mining might not have much of a use to it. I guess I can check with zinc here. Yep. Literally the only use for zinc ore is cable facades. Huh. I mean, it did tell me that ores aren't really useful. So how do I get metals? Seems to be a bit of a long process. I'll get to that later then. For now there's still a bit more to do here. What's this catalog? Oh, neat. I don't think I'll need it just yet. I guess if I want to progress the tech tree, I'm gonna have to start down hot stone. There's a lot here. A machine frame? Already? Hold on. I think before I get too committed to anything, I want to set up some kind of a home base. Because if I'm not going mining, I don't need to be a nomad anymore. And I think if I'm looking for a spot to settle down, this mountain seems pretty good. Now I could settle on top of this mountain. It's fairly clear, fairly flat, fairly large. But I kind of want to settle on the side and maybe even into the mountain. Yeah. But if I'm going to be digging a bit, I definitely want a hammer. Because then I can dig a 3x3. Annoyingly, there's some fluorite right here that I can't mine until I get iron. So I'm just gonna have to ignore it for now. And there's osmium as well. That needs diamond. I've got no idea how long it's gonna be until I can get a diamond. So there might just be some osmium hanging around. Well, actually, the ore itself is likely useless. So who's to say I even need to collect it? I can just break it. Same with the fluorite. Okay, so I've cleared out a reasonable area here. There's a bit of fluorite in the way, but it's really slow and annoying to try and break it all. So I'm just gonna leave it there for now. I have a lot of this orange stone, and I don't know what the point of it is, outside of just being orange stone. It's a little annoying, because part of the reason why I mined out so much space is to get cobblestone for furnaces, but can't do that with orange stone. So I guess 2 furnaces is gonna have to do for now. I think I'll also just make myself a little balcony here. Not really for any particular reason, just felt like it. I think I'm also gonna need some storage here just to throw out a lot of my random crap. And then let's see what I need to start down this hot stone tree. Seems like just hot stone, so I can smelt that up. And presumably I'm going to be doing this a lot, so I should probably go get a lot more cobblestone. And with a hammer I can make pretty quick work of that, so I can get some more furnaces pretty easily. And I guess I'll go back to quarrying while I wait. But now I should have a decent amount of smooth stone. Then stone rods, pretty easy. What exactly is this used for? Not a stick replacement. Interesting. It'll probably mostly be used for stone gears. And that seems to be what I'm making next. That's going to need a wooden gear, but those aren't too hard. Then I'm just going to need to smelt up some more regular stone so that I can make a stone gear. Now, this seems like it leads directly into the simple machine frame. Yeah, and I'm probably going to need that soon. So I just need to get some more wooden gears, and I can make that machine frame. I still don't really know where I'm going with this. All I really want is just iron. All I'm seeing here is bricks. I'm still probably going to need all of this stuff. But if I just look here, to get an iron ingot, I need iron dust. So then I need a crusher on raw iron? Or an enrichment chamber? Hang on. Raw iron can be melted and then solidified into an ingot. Okay. Raw iron I get from iron ore pieces from a rock washer. And the rock washer seems much simpler. But I'm going to have to get into melting for most of that. And I'm not sure if I've got time to get into most of this. So I'll stick to hot stone for now. I can probably get a few things from here. So I reckon I'm going to preemptively make myself 3 more of these simple machine frames. Because I'm probably going to need more of these. It looks like I get some basic upgrades to these machines if I get the cloche. And then there's the ambient water collector that just collects water, I guess. I'm still not entirely sure what the use case for that is. Probably to do with the strainer. So I may as well get this now. And for that I'm going to need a couple floppers. I think I'll need 3. So then with a bit more smooth stone, I can make an ambient water collector. And I'm just going to stick that there for now. And then I have a spare flopper, because if I put that beneath the ambient water collector, which is actually producing a lot faster than I thought it would, that can create a water source that I'm then going to need to put above the strainer. So, to get the strainer, I basically just need the 2 meshes. That's pretty easy. So, 2 meshes and a strainer. I'm assuming the strainer will go like that. And the strainer itself needs another mesh, so I can do that. And then if I put the water collector there with the flopper beneath it, it should hopefully put water in there. I'm just gonna have to block the water off. Oh, it should work this way. Yep, there we go. And I'm assuming that's all I need to do. Clay balls obtained from the strainer. I need to put dirt in there. So I'm gonna get myself an excavator and just come down here and mine some dirt. And then just stick a stack of dirt in there. It's very slow. That's probably why it wants me to upgrade this. Speed upgrade. Although, it says it can only be placed in cloches. Seems like the strainers have different upgrades. Output upgrades? I want the speed cap. Unless I can also put in speed upgrades? I don't know. I can't get output upgrades until I get iron. Sure, I'll try speed upgrades. I can make an upgrade base fairly easily. Then I just need 4 stone gears to make a speed upgrade. And it fits. I don't know if it actually made it any quicker. I don't know. But I have clay now, at least. So I can keep going. So I think, first off, I'll get a bucket so I can actually move the fluids around. And yes, it is as simple as that. I'll get a couple buckets. And then I guess turn the rest into bricks. And with bricks, I can get a brick furnace. Just a cheaper furnace. Normally I'd say no, but with how much easier it is to get clay, probably true. And I'm going to need it for a brick blast furnace. Oh, that can turn cobblestone straight into smooth stone. I think I'm going to want to get a couple of them then. So, I'm going to need a lot of bricks. I think I'll just make 2 for now. I can afford that. Pretty much exactly. There we go. And these can just go on top for now. Cool. So then, now it's letting me get glass. And that has to be done inside a blast furnace. Okay. I don't have any sand. I guess I can go get some. There's a river just over here. That's good enough. And as per usual in these packs, I'm going to need a lot of glass. But this unlocks mechanism? Huh. And I can get a strainer tank. Stores fluids for the strainer to use? Would that sit on top, or would it go either side? I'm not sure how a strainer tank would work. I guess I can see. I've got plenty of glass, and it's pretty cheap. Does it go there? No. Does it go there? Ah. So then, I don't need the slabs. And it does still work, right? Yeah. I'm going to want a few of these then, because I'm going to need quite a few strainers. But for now, the middle one is enough. And I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to need from hot stone. Because now I can start getting into melting. But I think I'd rather save all of this for next time. Because there's some pretty decent things in here. So then, I'll just finish off with stuff that I've already done. Such as making those strainers. That shouldn't be so bad. And then I can make those speed upgrades again. Just to get that slight speed increase. Actually, they can stack. I don't know how useful that would be. Oh, and I can also go in the other upgrade slots? That gives me the impression that they don't work. Huh. I mean, it does say in the cloche. I don't know. There should be a speed upgrade for the strainer, but I don't know what that would be. Because all I can see is mesh and output. Oh well. I guess question for the comments then. But the last thing that I want to do is I can make this catalog. And then if I actually cash in all of these quests, that gives me a ton of tech bucks. And I can buy things. Looks like quite a lot of things. Ooh. I can buy a building gadget? There doesn't seem to be too much here. Just a lot of flowers and things. The gadgets really seem to be the strongest thing that I get out of this. But I don't think I'm going to waste my tech bucks just yet. I think I'm going to hang on to all of this. Oh, and the cross block quest has a choice reward? I don't really care about most of the colored saplings. I guess dark oak? Sure. I can buy any saplings from here anyway. So then, I think that's going to be enough progress for this video. I haven't done absolutely every quest. Like, there's this stuff up here, but this also says world specific. So, I don't know if that means it's disabled in a normal world, or if it's just irrelevant. Either way, I can complete some of these just to get the tech bucks. They all seem to be just a tick task. And then down here, I'll be filling in these quests eventually when I make the logistical transporters and the mechanical pipes. But it's safe to say I've completed the tech tree in hot stone. So the next time we can start getting into melting and hopefully get some metals. It doesn't introduce the rock washer until the start of basic technium, but melting should be all I need for it. We'll see, that's where I'll go next time. But for now, this feels like a pretty good starting point, and a pretty good introduction into just the basics of how this tech tree is going to work out. It's probably going to get a lot more complex once technium gets involved, because that's when I actually start doing research. I guess we'll see. But in the coming few episodes, I'm going to need so much stone. So then on my own, I might keep mining out this quarry, because I do have a decent amount of stone, but this is quickly diminishing, especially when I start using the compressed cobblestone. I guess we'll see. But I'm pretty happy with this as far as first episodes go, so I think I'm going to call it here. Bye.